Dare to be scared. Top 10 horror games to play at night. Join us as we explore the top 10 horror games that will have you shivering, screaming, and second-guessing every creak and shadow. From psychological terror to jump scares galore, these games are guaranteed to keep you up all night. So, turn off the lights, crank up the volume, and prepare to be terrified. Number 10. Alan Wake 2 is a psychological horror game that plunges players back into the eerie world of the troubled writer, Alan Wake. This time, players take on dual roles: Alan himself, trapped in a nightmarish dimension, and Saga Anderson, a new FBI agent investigating a series of chilling murders. The game seamlessly blends narrative-driven gameplay with atmospheric tension, keeping players on edge navigating a dark, haunting world. With a gripping story, intense combat mechanics, and mind-bending mysteries, Alan Wake 2 offers a thrilling experience for fans of horror and suspense. Number 9. Layers of Fear, 2023, is a psychological horror game that revisits the franchise's core themes of madness, art, and the supernatural. Set in a decaying mansion, players explore the minds of tormented characters as they unravel a haunting narrative filled with twisted imagery and unsettling encounters. The game combines traditional first-person exploration with dynamic environmental storytelling, where the world constantly shifts and warps based on the protagonist's mental state. The game challenges players to face their deepest fears while deciphering a disturbing mystery. Number 8. The Mortuary Assistant is a first-person psychological horror game that immerses players in the eerie and unsettling world of a mortuary. As a newly hired assistant, players must prepare bodies for their final resting place, but soon discover that something far more sinister is at play. Throughout the game, players must manage the mortuary's daily tasks while encountering terrifying supernatural forces, as they try to uncover dark secrets and survive the night. The game's eerie setting and psychological horror elements make it a gripping experience for fans of the genre. Number 7. Visage is a first-person psychological horror game that immerses players in a nightmarish world of isolation and terror. Set in an eerie, decaying house, the game follows the tragic stories of its former inhabitants, unraveling dark secrets as players explore its haunting corridors. As you navigate the unsettling environment, you must solve complex puzzles while avoiding terrifying supernatural entities that lurk in the shadows. The game's focus on atmosphere, storytelling, and psychological horror creates an unnerving experience, making each moment feel like a brush with madness. Number 6. Five Nights at Freddy's is a survival horror game that challenges players to survive 5 terrifying nights as a nighttime security guard at Freddy Fazbear's Pizza, an animatronic-filled restaurant. The player must monitor security cameras and manage limited resources, such as power, to protect themselves from malfunctioning animatronics that come to life after hours. As the nights progress, the tension intensifies with creepy jump scares and a deepening mystery surrounding the dark history of the restaurant. The minimalist gameplay, its eerie atmosphere, and disturbing lore have made it a staple in the horror genre. Number 5. Outlast is a first-person survival horror game set in the abandoned Mount Massive Asylum, where players assume the role of investigative journalist Miles Upshur. Armed only with a night vision camcorder, players must navigate the dark, eerie halls of the asylum, uncovering terrifying secrets about its twisted experiments. As they explore, they encounter deranged inmates and evade deadly threats, all while struggling with limited resources and the constant fear of being hunted. The game's intense atmosphere, psychological terror, and stealth-based mechanics create a relentless dread. Number 4. Alien Isolation is a survival horror game that immerses players in a tense, atmospheric experience set in the terrifying universe of the Alien franchise. Playing as Amanda Ripley, the daughter of the iconic Ellen Ripley, players must navigate the Sevastopol Station, a dilapidated space station overrun by a deadly xenomorph. With limited weapons and resources, players must use stealth, strategy, and quick thinking to evade the alien while facing other hostile threats. The game's AI-driven xenomorph hunts players relentlessly, creating an unpredictable and heart-pounding experience. Number 3. Amnesia The Dark Descent is a psychological horror game that thrusts players into a nightmarish world filled with dark secrets and terrifying creatures. Set in a mysterious, decaying castle, players control Daniel, who has lost his memory and must uncover the truth behind his past while avoiding horrifying monsters lurking in the shadows. The game focuses on exploration, puzzle solving, and managing limited resources, such as light sources, to survive the oppressive atmosphere. As Daniel's sanity deteriorates, the environment warps, heightening the sense of dread. Number 2, Resident Evil 7. Biohazard marks a bold shift in the franchise, embracing a first-person perspective to deliver a more immersive and terrifying experience. Players control Ethan Winters, who searches for his missing wife, Mia, and stumbles upon the deranged Baker family in a secluded farmhouse in Louisiana. The game combines survival horror elements with intense exploration, resource management, and puzzle solving, all while facing grotesque enemies and terrifying moments of tension. Number 1, Dead Space 2023 is a stunning remake of the 2008 classic, delivering an enhanced and terrifying experience set in the depths of space. Players take on the role of Isaac Clarke, an engineer trapped aboard the USG Ishimura, a mining ship overrun by grotesque alien creatures known as necromorphs. With improved graphics, immersive audio design, and refined mechanics, the game heightens the original's tension, plunging players into a nightmarish, claustrophobic environment. As Isaac fights for survival, he must solve puzzles, manage limited resources, and confront his psychological unraveling. We hope you enjoyed this chilling countdown of the top 10 horror games to play at night. Remember, these games are not for the faint of heart. If you dare to brave the darkness, be prepared for a truly terrifying experience. Do you have a favorite horror game that didn't make the list? Let us know in the comments below. And remember, the night is young, the fear is real.